So my friend Allie has started playing tournaments again after like a 2-year hiatus, and I think like it's time for her to really dial in her setup. Before she was just kind of using whatever she had that was cheap, and now that she has to deal with me all the time, I'm like, okay, we're gonna set Allie up with a serious tournament setup, really like work to find the best equipment for her game. So why not start off with Grapplesnake? We're carrying Grapplesnake strings in the TennCom store now. Feel like since she's helping me run that store too, she should probably try everything that we're carrying.
Now that we carry Grapplesnake strings at the TennCom store, I really needed to choose which one was the best setup for me.
So we're doing 2 rackets at a time, so we can back-to-back 2 strings at a time. So first up, it was Alpha versus Game Changer.
So I tried Alpha first, and the color is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous yellow on my blade.
Here we go, Alpha, fresh off the machine. Same tension, slightly more tension maintenance with Alpha, so we'll see if it comes out higher. 32 DT.
I couldn't get anything out of that ball unless I was getting bullied by my opponent, which wasn't the case with Beckett on the other side. It was very unpredictable at lower speed and really didn't allow me to control anything more special than a Tour Sniper or an M8 would have done it.
Okay, so it's been about a week that Allie's been using this Alpha string, and the DT has come down to 28. So 4-point drop over a weekend, several hours of hitting. Now, I didn't expect her to really like Game Changer. I think those crazy shaped strings are not the most predictable and not the most consistent at advanced levels like hers. She just is playing women's open, and you need to be able to flatten the ball out at that level, and those shaped strings, it's tough to flatten the ball out. So I expected Alpha to win. I was pretty surprised to hear her thoughts on it, honestly. I don't know if part of that is also because her rackets are getting freaking old, like they're about to break. We need to find her new sticks ASAP. Just haven't really found the magic one yet. Here we go, Allie's Blade V7 with Game Changer at 50 pounds. This is a pretty soft frame by now, so it's coming in at a 30 DT.
Wait. So moving on to Game Changer. I think that Game Changer beat Alpha in many ways, especially on creating spin of the ball. The sharpness of the string makes it so easy to kind of wrap around the ball, keep that ball with pressure, spin, and power. However, it didn't suit my game style as much, given that I am a heavy hitter from the baseline. I couldn't take away the spin to create a flat ball, and that was just driving me crazy.
The Game Changer, I think she used a little bit less on average, dropped down to 27, so only a 3-point drop with Game Changer. I think the thicker gauge, or it's not a thicker gauge, but the thicker actual string thickness, more material really helped this whole tension.
It was very demanding for me to create spin with the ball, and after 20 minutes, my arm just couldn't take it anymore. So unfortunately, Alpha and Game Changer were out.
Across the 4 Grapplesnake strings we carry, I really thought it would be down to Tour M8 or Tour Sniper. Not only because those are my 2 favorite strings, but they're also the lower powered options, and Allie can provide so much of her own natural power that she's really looking for something to harness that, to let her hit out during a match, so she's not scared of overhitting.
So I registered for a tournament in BC, and Beckett said, well, let's try Tour Sniper and M8 and see which one is best for you.
Okay, I'm practicing my handheld vlogging camera action because we have a project next week that is going to require. So if you've enjoyed this video so far, join me in thanking Direct Tennis for sponsoring this video and making TennCom possible. If it wasn't for Direct Tennis, the videos on TennCom would not be as good. Check out the links in the description below if you're looking to get your racket strung, you want like a home stringer, someone with special hours to meet you after work, or you just want that personal touch because the big box store can't quite get it done. Or if you're home stringing yourself, you're looking to expand your customer base, Direct Tennis is the exact solution for you. Thanks so much to Direct Tennis for sponsoring this video, and we'll see you guys in the next video that they sponsor. But there's still more video to watch, so don't click away. Here we are, Tour M8 at 50 pounds, coming in. Dynamic tension is 32. All right, and finally we have Tour Sniper, again 50 pounds. The DT dynamic tension, according to the ERT 300, at 33. I felt for her the thicker gauge would be better, so that's why we went with 130 in M8 and Sniper, whereas in Game Changer and Alpha you don't get the gauge option. Part of that is because I don't want to string her rackets all the time, and she breaks strings because she hits really hard and she hits the center of the string bed. So
the first round I played this heavy hitter. I've played her before, but this time was a little bit different. We were both really engaged on the rallies. However, it was more of me staying in the point and making her miss, so that rallies weren't really longer than 6 or 8 balls. Even though we were hitting hard, I didn't really feel a difference between playing with the Tour Sniper or the M8. I changed rackets in between the match and really didn't make a difference.
Here's some of the actual tournament footage from Allie's semi-final match against the #1 seeded player. She beat all 3 seeded players to win. Match was recorded courtesy of my good friend Alan Tennis. You can see that full match on his channel, which I'll post a link to as well.
It was weird because coming into the second match, it was a completely different player. The second player, a second round of the tournament, she was very heavy hitter from the baseline. She could rip the ball in, and I thought that maybe because of that I would have an easier time controlling the ball with the Tour Sniper. However, the Tour Sniper didn't really allow me to play with the ball as much. It didn't allow me to open up the court, even though I was trying really hard. Unless I was putting 100% of my body weight into the shot, the ball would just go into the center of the court, really short, putting me on an off position. And I really didn't like that. After a few games, I was already feeling really, really tired. So I changed to the M8, and it allowed me to have a little bit of an easy maneuverability, and just keep the ball deep, give it height, give it direction, and not really kill my arm in the process.
I know she's got experience with Tour Sniper before, and I thought that would probably be her favorite one, especially coming from Confidential, which is her favorite string. It's kind of like her string of choice when she was playing those tournament matches if she had to buy a reel. But again, we're just going through the Grapplesnake lineup. We're gonna put the winner of this test up against Confidential as well. And so I was surprised that she liked M8, but I watched all 5 of her matches, and they're hella long. Like, the last 3 matches she played were all over 2 hours, and the final was like more than a 3-hour match.
So after that match, it was really clear which way I needed to go. I strung both of my rackets with the M8 130 gauge string
at 50 pounds.
At 50 pounds, and I think that was the last thing I remember about that tournament, because quarters, semis, and finals went in a bliss of about 7 hours total match play, and that M8 string held up tension beautifully.
I liked that she was kind of vibing with the extra power and the extra forgiveness from the M8. I like when Allie doesn't feel like she needs to be all gas, no brakes all the time. I want her to just take a minute to breathe, to extend the point, to go, I'm just gonna swing 70-80% on these shots. I'm gonna keep that ball in and keep the rally long. And I think that's what M8 really helped her to do. With Sniper, you have to fight that string so much. It's so dead, it's so low powered. Yeah, it's great that it's connected and everything, but especially in trashed, no power, high flex V7 blades. I think she needed a little more power, a little more forgiveness, and she got the job done. M8's awesome. I think like it's such a hard string to beat. I know it's more on the expensive side, like you can get Slinko for less price, but with M8 it's still so much less than the Luxlon alternatives. It gives you similar kind of dialed in feel, but it plays so well for so long. Like Ali played those marathon matches, I strung one of her rackets in the middle of the tournament. I strung the one that had Sniper in it once. So she played a full tournament with one racket of M8 and half a tournament with the other racket. So played long, played well. What more could you ask for when you're looking for something to compete in a tournament? You don't want to ever think about your strings, and that's something that she was able to put out of her mind.
Didn't need to focus on that string at all. It allowed me to just play my style. It allowed me to rip through the ball when I need it and open the court when I need it. I really have no complaints. That was the string of choice, and here's the trophy.
I'm not saying that like M8 made her win.
It made me win. I don't know if it's gonna make you win,
It also
but
made me win, viewers.
it made Beckett win too.
We're both M8
Champions.
stands now.
M8 champ.
If you want to pick up a set of M8 to try for yourself, we've got the store on our website ready to go, ship the next day basically. Allie's really on top of the shipping. And if you're in the US, we've got links down below for Grapplesnake USA. You can still find it in Europe, but we don't have any affiliate partners over there. If you got any questions for Allie about what she liked in the string, you can check out her Instagram, post a link in the description.